Hello everyone. So in this video, I'll be explaining you what are the assignment tasks associated with DIPL docs. And as I said previously, please remember the assignment tasks that are associated with DIPL docs, they are not having any marks. All right. So do not worry about more marks, less marks, etc. As long as you complete the assignment and submit it, submission is equal to completion. That's it. All right. So this will be marked as complete or incomplete. All right. So all you need to do is complete the assignment and submit it. But yes, DIPL docs is mandatory for all nutrition and dietetic students, that is who are enrolled in Bachelor's of Nutrition and Dietetics. Okay, so now where do you find the assignment task and what are they? I'll be scaffolding that information. So first go to modules. When you click on modules, then the first thing which you have to do is a pre-activity evaluation survey. It's just a very basic, simple survey which you have to complete, because for you, completing the module will open the other module. All right, so you need to complete the module to get on to the next module. It's a very basic survey. So when you click on it, you will be able to complete the survey. All right, it is all students are going to do it. So students who are from the occupational therapy, physiotherapy, other disciplines, everybody does the pre-evaluation survey. Okay, so pre-activity evaluation survey, please do that. Now, all of you students, meaning the nutrition students, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, counseling, etc., etc., everybody will be reviewing one clinical case study, which is for Mr. Tom Hardy. All right. So this is the case study. Everybody will be studying, but you will learn to appreciate that this one single case study, which is with one, say, person and one medical condition, how you have various allied health professionals address the same case study in different angles. All right. So what is your task in this module? Just read the case study, because you need to know what is going on before you can do a nutrition intervention for the person. Okay. So this document tells you what is this person suffering from. You have Mr. Tom Hardy. He had recently an acute brain injury, etc., etc. So all of these details are in this page. So basically in this page, please read the case study before you can do anything nutrition about it. Okay, nutritionally about it. All right, so now your tasks begin, which is your assignment task begin. You have 3 assignment tasks for this DIPL docs. In this phase 1, you will find your first assignment task. All right, so as I said in the introductory video, the main purpose of this DIPL docs is so that you can have a fair bit of understanding as to how do various allied health professionals write their medical or clinical progress notes. Okay, so call it medical chart, medical notes, clinical chart, progress note, everything is synonym. In the dietetic world, the term that we generally use is progress notes. Okay, so over here, that is why you have the term progress notes. So in this phase, or in this say task, the first thing is, you know what Tom Hardy is suffering from, which is, over here. After you have got a fair bit of background as to what's happening with Tom Hardy, you then need to start say documenting certain things. So in this task, what we have done is, from a nutrition point of view, let me go through it and it will make more sense rather than I talk through it. So let's go to step 1. So in this step 1, you have to go to the nutrition and dietetic tab. Okay, it will open up for you. When this opens up, this tells you initial interview report. Okay, what is initial interview report? Meaning you read the generic information for Tom Hardy, which was provided to you over here. Okay, From this information, I have taken information which is more relevant from a dietetic point of view. And then I have provided you further more information, which is much more relevant from a dietetic point of view. Okay. So basically, this information is your baseline information. Then you have nutrition specific information building up on top of it. Okay. So all of this tells you this is what Tom Hardy has been eating in the past 24 hours, blah, blah, blah. So basically, it gives you more baseline information for the patient, Tom Hardy. Okay, then you move further. Okay, so I'm closing this. I'll go back. Can I go back? No, I cannot. Okay, so that was the initial interview report, which is you have generic information. Then you have initial interview report, meaning additional information about Tom Hardy from a dietetic point of view. Then you go to the next step and we'll click on the next step over here. Here, now I'm telling you, now I have enough information about the patient Tom Hardy, his condition, and additional information from a nutrition point of view. Now I need to be writing my nutrition specific progress note. All right. Nutrition specific progress note, they are written according to a specific format, which is called as ADIME. Okay, which stands for Assessment, Diagnosis, Intervention, Monitoring, and Evaluation. Guys, this is your foundation for year 3. Okay, your entire dietetic framework to function as a dietitian is based upon this skeleton structure, ADIME. Very, very important. This video tells you what is ADIME, and it gives you more information about ADIME. So please check out the video. Extremely important because we write our progress note as per the ADIME format. Okay, which is why ADIME is so important. Okay, so in this video, you will understand what is ADIME. All right, these are the PowerPoint slides associated with this video. Then over here, what I have given to you is a template or a rubric as to how you should be writing your progress note, your nutrition specific medical chart according to the ADIME format. Okay, so please check out this progress note template. Okay, because this is nutrition specific progress note template. And this template is again the foundation for year 3. You will be using this template day in and day out in year 3. But in year 3, everything will be assessed. Right now, it's not assessed. You're not getting marks for it. So maximize this learning opportunity without the stress for any marks, etc. Okay. So here you have to check out this video. You have to check out the template. Why is this important? Because this is the foundation of how a dietitian writes her progress note. Okay. Hope that's clear. Then we move on to the next one. Now, I have given you an example of poorly written progress note. This is not a best standard. Okay, this is poorly written progress note. All right, so you will be looking at the poorly written progress note. Over here, this is the poorly written progress note. Based upon the information which you had in this template of yours. So when you are looking at the poorly written progress note, please open this template besides you, all right? And try to compare this poorly written progress note to this template and try to find out that what else could I have written in a good progress note according to this template. What information, additional information do I have regarding Tom Hardy that should have actually gone on, should have been added, should have been written in a progress note, which unfortunately is missing from this documentation. Okay, so that is how you do your critical thinking and your screening. Okay, because what is your task in this is coming in the next page. So when we go to the next page, over here, as you know, you will be looking at the poorly written progress note, which is this one. All right. So this is what will open. You will check that poorly written progress note out with that template, and you will compare, and you will think about what else could you have written better in a progress note. Then the next step is for you to actually write a progress note which is better than the poorly written progress note. That is your task one. Okay. Your task one over here is review the poorly written progress note. Okay. Rewrite the poorly written progress note to the best of your capacity. Okay. Just to the best of your capacity. All right. And once you have written that progress note, just do it in a Word document, submit that Word document on Canvas. Your task one is done. Okay. Is your progress note in the right direction? Have you written correctly? Did you miss out on any information? You will be having that learning in the second task. Okay. So I hope this makes sense. So what is your task one? Read the poorly written progress note. Write your own well-written progress note based upon the learning and the understanding which you have had after looking at the ADIME video and from the ADIME template. Okay. And you submit your Word document, a well-written progress note as part of phase one. Okay. This is your task one. As long as you submit your well-written progress note, your version of a well-written progress note, you are fine. Your task is completed. Okay. Then we go on to phase two. Over here, you see prerequisite is you have to complete blah, blah, blah. Okay. So you can only go on to this phase once you have completed this. And guys, please try taking it seriously because this is the foundation for your year three to become a dietitian. There are no marks associated. So do it for the pure value of learning. All right. So phase one, once you do your phase one, then go to phase two because that will genuinely help you to learn better. The more better understanding you have about a dietetic progress note at this stage, the more confident you will feel in your year three. And I cannot emphasize this enough. All right. So then we go on to phase two. In phase two, you will be viewing the, say, initial documentation for many fields. So let me just open right from the first one so it makes sense to you what I'm talking about. Okay, so over here, basically, this is an initial interview documentation, okay, which is done by all the fields, not just nutrition fields. So you will get an opportunity to look at how does, say, exercise physiology, counseling, say, occupational therapy, speech pathology, how do the others collect all the information relevant for Mr. Tom Hardy according to their discipline or their area of interest. Okay. So over here you have exercise physiology and they have their initial documentation, meaning they will be telling you what is this documentation basically, guys. The first phase for any discipline is data collection. Collect information for Mr. Tom Hardy. Then once you have all the information for Mr. Tom Hardy, the second step is what are you going to do with the information? What sort of intervention are you going to design for Mr. Tom Hardy for him to get better? Okay. So the second step is planning an intervention out. Okay. So what these documentations are doing for you is telling you this is the information we have collected for Mr. Tom Hardy from an exercise physiology point of view. And this is the intervention that we have designed. What is plan? Plan is intervention. Okay, this is the intervention that we have designed for Mr. Tom Hardy from our discipline specific point of view, which is exercise physiology. Okay, so this is this is what phase two is about for you to get an idea. What does a exercise physiology person do? OT does, speech pathology does, etc. Okay. So like that, you will have an opportunity to review documentations written by various other disciplines. Okay, so this is by rehabilitation counseling. Okay, this is how their documentation is. This is what they do with Mr. Tom Hardy. Okay, what intervention does a speech pathologist does? This is the intervention that a speech pathologist does. Okay, so they have done their intervention. This is what they will do with the patient. Then comes nutrition and dietetic. Here I have written for you according again. When we do our documentation, it is according to the ADIME process as well. Okay, everything is according to ADIME in dietetic world. Okay, so you will see that I have collected data, I have done my intervention, I have done my monitoring and evaluation, everything for Mr. Tom Hardy according to the ADIME format. So you will see this is how a dietitian does her documentation. Okay, yes, we have long documentation. So welcome to the world of dietetics. Okay, we are very thorough, as you can see. It keeps going on and on. But this is what you do in year 3 in an assessed format. So it is good for you to just, check out and see how we write, what we write, what things have we looked at Mr. Tom Hardy, and everything will make a lot more sense in year 3. As I said, this is just a trailer. This is just a glimpse for you. But this is an excellent exercise for you to get a feel of what it feels to be like a dietitian in a real world. Okay. So this is the dietitian's say documentation. This is what I do for Mr. Tom Hardy. If this was my patient, this is the sort of intervention, etc. I would have done for this patient. Then we move on further. Then you have counseling. So counseling, say professionals, this is the kind of documentation they do. Psychology, this is the kind of documentation they do. Okay, then we go on to the next one. Then you have social work. This is the documentation they do. Okay, physiotherapy. This is what they do, physiotherapy. Occupational therapy. As I said, that DIPL docs is taken by many disciplines across the health science group. Okay, now what you will be doing is that you will be looking at how does a dietitian write a well-written progress note. Okay, so here I have already written a well-written progress note for you, which is an excellent platform for you to compare your well-written progress note in task 1 to my well-written progress note. See what areas you have missed out, what are your gaps, what you could have done better, because your phase 2, this is phase 2. So the task for your phase 2 or second task or second assignment, the main task, what you have to do is you have to write a reflection to let me know that what do you think you did better when you looked at your well-written progress note to my well-written progress note. What are the areas which you could have done better and you could have improved on? Okay, so basically it's just a reflection exercise. Again, reflection is a personal thing, no right or wrong answers, but this is an excellent learning platform without the stress of, marks, etc. So now you will see well-written progress note from all disciplines and including dietetics. Okay, so you have exercise physiology, well-written progress note. Then you have rehabilitation counseling. This is their progress note. Then you have speech pathology. This is their progress note. Physiotherapy, their progress note. Social work, their progress note. This is the dietetic well-written progress note. So here I have written a well-written progress note for you. Compare your task 1 answer to my progress note. See which things you could have done better. Basically, that is what your assignment, second assignment is. Do a reflection. Okay. So this is how a dietitian writes her well-written progress note. Okay. So you'll have to check your well-written progress note against mine. Right. This is what goes on. Psychology, well-written progress note. Counseling, well-written progress note. OT, well-written progress note. All right. So what's your second task? Do a 250, 300 word reflection on how your progress note, what are the good things you did in your progress note, which is your task 1. What are the things which you realized you can improve on, which you forgot? What are the gaps? It's just a reflection exercise. Okay. this you have to directly type onto your canvas. And once you type that, your task is over. Okay, so it's a reflection task. All right. Okay, so this is what you do for your task 2. Do a reflection and you will be fine. Okay, now we go on to task 3. Task or phase, it all means the same. So I explained you phase 1. You have to write your version of a good progress note. Okay. Phase 2, what do you have to do? In phase 2, you have to write a reflection of how your good version of progress note could become better. Okay, so we have looked at phase 2. Now in phase 3, what do you have to do in phase 3? In phase 3, you have to participate in a simulated case conference. What does that mean? It means over here, you have, it's a simulated setting, meaning it's simulation, it's mock, it's not real. Okay. Over here, in this simulated setting, you have all the various other discipline people over here. They are commenting, they are providing their, say, comments, feedback, thoughts, reflections on Tom Hardy's case. And you have to provide your reflection, your thoughts on Tom Hardy's case from a nutrition point of view on certain questions which are there. Okay. So basically, go next. When you go next over here, again, read through this. This will give you an explanation of, okay, this is how you have to participate in the discussion reflection board. Okay, so there is, you have to you have 5 topics on which you have to write, your thoughts and your reflection on. Okay, so what are these 5 topics? They will be coming in the next slide. Okay, so this is just again giving you more information that you have to means participate in this, say, simulated case conference. Okay, so then we go next. Then you have, yep. So over here, basically, you have exercise physiologists. So the first one is very simple. What do you have to do? Here, this is all simulated. So over here, for example, you have Brad, the student, who is from exercise physiologist. And he says, hi, I'm Brad. I'm an exercise physiologist. So here, introduce yourself. So reply, okay. Put your introduction as a nutrition and dietetic student. Okay, that is what you do. So the first one is very easy. Okay, then what is your second prompt? What do we know about the client situation? Who else is affected? So everybody is telling information from their discipline perspective. So Brad is talking about Tom's case from a exercise physiologist point of view. You provide your answer from a nutrition point of view. Again, there are no right and wrong answers. Do this to the best of your capacity. Okay, you have read enough about the case study in phase 1 and phase 2 or in task 1 and task 2 to be able to do a simple reflective task like this. Okay, so what is your summary about this patient? All right, so this is how you have to just keep on participating in this simulated case conference or simulated discussion board. Okay, what are the roles of each group members during and after the case conference? So to the best of your understanding, read what the other people are saying. That is how you can means formulate your answers. And you can think to the best of your capacity, what do you think your answer should be? Okay, then this is prompt 4. What else do we need to know? Input from other professionals, input from clients, significant others, additional information required, etc. So again, over here, you will be writing your answer to the best of your capacity. There is again no right or wrong. Okay. And then last prompt, what is the plan from here? So what is your intervention as a dietitian? Okay. Your short-term intervention, long-term intervention, etc. For you to answer this section well, guys, you need to read my version of the well-written progress note very well. Okay. And also what may be helpful for you is for you to read my data collection thing which I had over here, which is, where is it? Yeah, this one where you have, so um, over here, initial interview report, and how I showed you this over here. if you read this well, and if you read my version of the well-written progress note well, you will be able to do this case conference thing very easily, okay, which is your task 3. Okay, this case conference thing very easily. Okay, so this was your prompt 5. So for you to do this case conference thing well, read the initial interview report, read my version of the well-written progress note. If you review these 2 documents well, you will be able to address these questions more confidently. Okay. Then, after you have completed the case conference, watch this video. So please watch this video. Okay. And once you watch this video, then you have to write a reflection. Okay. So what is your task 3? Reply to those 5 questions previously where you had all the other students who are replying in a simulated setting. Then write a reflection for the case conference. What do you think, means how did you feel the case conference well? Did you understand what the other people were saying from other disciplines? Were you able to answer yourself from a didactic point of view, the information that was requested in each of those prompts? So you have to write a reflection on these things, again in 250 to 300 words, and you have to submit it. It's just a text entry box, okay? Just like your task 2, it's a reflective task, okay? So these are the 3 mandatory tasks that you have to complete, okay? So you have your, so again, summarizing, your phase 1, you have to write your version of a well-written progress note. Phase 2, write a reflection, okay, of how you can improve your progress note. Phase 3, participate in those 5 prompt questions, and then write a reflection on how do you think you went about the case conference, okay? So these are the 3 mandatory tasks, okay, which you have to complete for your DIPL docs. And this is only relevant for nutrition and dietetics students. And as you know, no marks are associated with this. Okay, but completion is important. I will be taking a record of which students have not completed the task. And if you haven't completed the task, that will be problematic. Okay, so please do complete the task. And trust me, do this with interest, because this is the foundation. This is a trailer for year 3. This is what you will be living, breathing, doing every single day when you come to year 3. So maximize this learning opportunity. All right. So yes, guys, that's it from my end. I think I have given you a very, very detailed and comprehensive summary of what needs to be done. And always very happy to answer any questions. So I hope this gives you a good understanding. All right. I'll sign off over here and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.